Hi everybody, welcome to Crochet at the Lantern this week, and for beginners we are going to put a nice shell edging on that granny square that you've been practicing, and we are going to try a V-stitch this week. So V-stitch can be used for a blanket or scarf and in other projects, so it's a simple stitch for you to learn as a beginner. So keep an eye out for the tutorial this week on the Lantern page. And what else would you be doing on this rainy Wednesday other than crocheting or crafting, but keeping warm in our own home? So enjoy the tutorials and keep warm today. Hi everyone, today we're back to our granny square for beginners, and we are going to continue now with a simple shell edging on your square. So if you have worked the treble crochet edge already on your square and then joined them like we did, okay, I'll just zoom out a little bit there to see the other way. There you go. So these were the squares that we worked on a couple of weeks ago, and we joined our squares with a simple treble stitch edging and joined them. And now I'm going to show you how to put a shell stitch, very simple shell stitch, on this edging, just to show you the effect, and it might be something that you would like to add to your stitch library as you're beginning. So you can just pick up a stitch anywhere along your edging, okay? And this is going to be a treble crochet again. So treble crochet features a lot in the crochet projects. As I said at the start, once you master the treble crochet stitch, you can just do various crochet stitches after that. They're just different variation of that. So just draw through the wool. Okay, that's the tail, and that'll be at the back, and I'll be working that in now as we're going along. I'm going to chain up 3, and this will act as a first treble crochet. And into the exact same stitch, you will put 4 more treble crochet. Okay, so then each shell stitch we'll work 5 treble crochet, and I think this is the easiest, the most basic shell stitch to show you. So we've 1, which was our 3 chain, 2, 3, 4, and 1 more, 5. And I've been crocheting in my tail as I've been going along there, and that'll be nice and secure then, and we can snip that off in a little while. And now all you're going to do from here on in is you're going to skip 1. Into the next one we're going to put a slip stitch, okay? And you can see why we'll do that in a minute. It'll help bring your shell down into the edging. So I'm going to take that back out, and I'm going to repeat that again. If you're a complete beginner, skip 1 into the next with a slip stitch, okay? And then into the next one we are going to put 5 treble crochet, and this process will remain the same. 1, in we go, 2, finish it there, okay, in we go again, 3, I'll just move this out of the way so you can have a clearer look, 3, 4, so 5 treble in the same stitch every time to make your shell, okay? And there, now you can see from the previous round when we slip stitched, we skipped 1, which we'll do here in a minute, and then we put a slip stitch in the next one to secure it, and then we worked a shell in the next one. So we're going to skip. Into the next we are going to put a slip stitch. There's a reflection on the table there from the light up over my head, so I'll just put that there to help with that. Now, and I hope this is a clear picture for you now as well, so you can see now. And it's very, very simple edging. I think it's one of the most basic edging, so I think it's great for starting off when you're a complete beginner. So off we go again. Into the next one, 5 treble crochet, and I'll just finish this one for you, and then I'll show you the 3 that we've just made, and then you can continue on the whole way around till we get to the very end, as in the whole way around. So these are our practice squares, okay, and I'll work down to here, and I'll show you then to make sure that you go into these ones as well, okay? Don't skip over those, and that'll help with the edging also then, you know, to neaten up the initial edging that you have made. So 1, 2, 1 second now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, yarn around your hook into the exact same space, draw through the loop, 3 loops, yarn around through 2, yarn around through 2. So again, for beginner crochet, go back through our previous tutorials for the treble crochet if you're not familiar with it, and get practicing. I do a slower demonstration. I think it was our very first week of our beginner's crochet with the lantern, so feel free to do that. So again, not this one, in here with our slip stitch, and then the next one we'll be making the next shell. So this is what it's starting to look like if I lay it down flat there. So that's a very simple basic shell edging that you could practice for your granny square. So work along to this part here, and I'll show you. So this is where we joined our squares together in a previous tutorial. So I'm just going to show you, that's what it looks like there as well. So I'm just going to show you then how you would just work across that part, and you just continue doing the same thing. So see you there in a second. Now, so we're going across now to our next square. Okay, so you can see that we did our shell, we skipped one, we slip stitched down into the base, and now we're going in. This is the starting of our next square here. And you'll see anyway, it's just about counting your stitches across the top. So when I say counting your stitches across the top, again, just to remind you, this is what your stitches look like when you're looking down on them. Okay, you can see them all clearly. So if you're never sure about counting here, like this is 1, 2, 3, okay, you can always count your stitches, I think 1, 2, 3, that way. So you have a choice in count when you're counting your stitches. You either count them looking face on or looking down on it. So, and you just continue on as what you've been doing already, or 5 treble, skip 1 into the next. We're bringing it down with a slip stitch. Okay, I'll show you there now the slip stitch. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 4, and 1 more. 5, skip, bring it down with a slip stitch, or whatever way you want to call it, just close it down with a slip stitch. Okay, sorry, I'm gone out of focus there. And then you're just going to keep working along, and it's going to look like this then the whole way around your blanket. You can just imagine that this is a finished blanket. These were our practice squares, so we're just finishing that off. So that's a simple scallop edge, and you're just going to work and work around. So just give it a go, even if you just like to make 1 square, just for practice. Just make yourself 1 square, okay, and practice your 1 square, you know, and then just put an edging on that, put the scallop edging on 1 square. If you don't feel confident enough yet to join your squares together, if you're still trying to master your granny square, it's all about practice. And if it doesn't work out the first time, put it aside and then just practice your treble stitch again, and off you go. And in no time you'll be confident at making these, and you'll be thrilled then with completing your first granny square blanket for yourself or for somebody else. So give it a go and see how you get on, and please share your finished product or whatever you're working on during our beginner's crochet class with the lantern page. We'd be delighted to see how you've been getting on crocheting at home, following along to the tutorials. So keep an eye out again now for new tutorials along the way, and we're going to keep building on our stitch library for beginners, and we'll be introducing different types of edging as we go along and as we gain experience in our crochet work. So till then, enjoy your crochet, ladies.